It's Thursday, September 22nd, and this is Drive Check, a Card Fight Vanguard podcast. Cool Daddy! 0-0.
0-0.
I'd like to say that as Cold Daddy-o. Whenever I see it come up on my Xbox, but then I guess that it's your brother, and then I don't talk to it.
Yeah, it usually is.
Are you settled in for the evening?
Yep, I'm not going anywhere. After this, I'm probably going to play some Rise of Iron.
Oh, the old Destiny.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Or the new Destiny.
Yeah, very new, actually.
I didn't know you had Destiny on the Xbox.
Yep.
Well, I know what I'm certainly not doing, and that's playing Rise of Iron. I've pretty much given up on the old Destiny. On the Destiny. Not on the D in general. Why are we here, Cole?
Oh, why are we here?
It's such a weird... It's a Thursday night.
It is.
And, no Jack. Jack's in class becoming an educated man, supposedly.
Supposedly.
You have to be a little louder there.
Supposedly.
We're not going to be able to hear what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not so certain, since he's, like, sending memes at us as he's supposed to be in class. So, back in my day, memes and education did not go together. I know times have changed. I have my after dinner beer here with me, and guess we're gonna talk about some Vanguard on a Thursday night, because next week I'm gonna be in Vegas.
What?
Yeah.
Dang, you gonna be getting those slots?
Nope, because I don't have money to waste and throw away on foolish gambling. But I will be going to see Penn and Teller. And
those are the magicians, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some Cirque du Soleil biz. Ooh. And the Hoover Dam. And that other big hole in the ground. Grand Canyon.
Oh, wow.
Yep, never done it. Never done it before. I'm taking the opportunity to go with my mom. But here's the other thing. We're going to try to find a card shop in Vegas and buy trial decks so that my mom can play Vanguard more, because she has watched more of the anime than you and I combined. I am not even kidding. She loves Vanguard. She has watched all of Season 1. She's watched all of Asia Circuit, all of Link Joker, all of Legion Mate, the Neon Messiah movie, and she is plowing through Vanguard G right now.
Wow.
Oh, have you had a chance to do any Vanguarding lately, or has it just been all school nonstop?
Basically all school nonstop. Though, today, I had a little free time, so I was learning how to double sleeve my Grand Blue deck. Then I got to think, hey, what are the new cards coming out again? And then I kind of got wrapped up in a rabbit hole of, oh, I could do this with Night Rose, I could do this with this unit. And I've just been so excited for these new cards.
So there's going to be Grand Blue in set 8, correct?
Yeah. There's only, I think, maybe 10 or 11 new cards. So
there can only be so many cards for each clan when you've got 400 clans in the release.
Right, but Genesis gets like 20. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I know you're going to be building Genesis anyways. So.
Oh, yeah.
Cold Daddy and the Fenriers. That's going to be a great band when you eventually learn how to play an instrument.
Yeah, when I get any kind of musical talent.
Well, yeah, that's not going to happen. Who knows? Who knows? I mean you've got some Irish in you, right?
I got air quotes Irish.
Uh-oh.
Like, my name's Irish. My full name's Irish, but my family's been here since before the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, I got similar issues, but we like to claim Irish. And supposedly Irish people are supposed to be good at music. Someday we'll find out.
Irish people are also supposed to like beer, and I can't stand it. So
I'm drinking a beer right now. I I obviously have not really had a chance to play any Vanguard because it's only been 3 days since the last time I recorded, and one of those days was me editing the podcast. So, I wish I had more time to play. But I am looking forward to teaching my mom Vanguard and getting her a trial deck and getting her comfortable with it, and then stomping her with my Messiahs after I feel like she feels like she can play Vanguard.
So what trial deck are you planning on getting?
I don't know. I want to get her a G era trial deck.
Yeah,
So it's still kind of limited. I'm thinking well, I mean, it depends on what she likes. So she really liked the witch build of Shadow Paladins from the Legion Mate series, but obviously that has not carried forward into the G era. So maybe if we can find a legend deck, but that's doubtful. I think those are all sold out everywhere you could look.
I've got one in my shop last time I checked. One Shadow Paladin.
Shadow Paladin legend deck?
Yeah.
I may be sending you some cash to pick that up for me.
I'll have to double check next time I go.
Okay. Or just ask Carl to look for me too. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl. Hey, buddy.
We miss Carl. But
it makes me sad, Will.
What are the other possibilities? Neo Nectar, Gold Paladin,
Royal Paladin,
Royals, Gear Chronicle, which I will not allow my mother to touch.
There's Link Joker.
She's not doing Messiahs, obviously. That's not allowed.
Pale Moon.
Pale Moon, true.
Grand
Blue, if she likes that. I guess she does have some things to think through.
Yeah.
But, it's hard because she kind of really likes the things she's seen on the show. So I'm hoping that she gets far enough into Vanguard G that she'll pick one of the ones from that, and hopefully not Gear Chronicle.
But you'll love her anyway,
right? I mean, of course, she's my mother. All right. What did we do wrong just 3 days ago? 3 days ago, Cole. What was such a horrible mistake that Jack and I made?
The travesty of mistakes made Monday night was that when you were naming off the character boosters, the first character booster was Try 3, considering it contained Neo Nectar, Royal Paladins, and Gear Chronicles. But the second character booster contained Trinity Dragon with Dimension Police, Great Nature, and Oracle Think Tank.
Now, when you say Oracle Think Tank, you mean the Susano build?
Yes, but we also don't know if it's... We assume that it's going to be their cards from, like, their archetypes or subclans. Like, for Great Nature, it's Big Belly, and Enigmans for Dimension Police, and obviously Altmile, Asha, and what's his name? Chronojet. There we go. Yeah, for Try 3. So could be Susanna O. Could be something new.
Well, they are entering into a new season of the cartoon, so they could completely change up their clans in order for us to spend more money and buy more cards.
True. This could be like a legacy pack.
I do want to say that, I mean, I watched Vanguard G all the way through Gears Crisis. Trinity Dragon is like so not important in any part of that entire series.
Oh, they're not important at all. I think they're hilarious. As in, like, they're completely ridiculous, but I love how they're close friends and they're not like using each other. They're actually, like when you had
Morikawa and his curly-haired friend, who's nobody can ever remember his name.
Yeah, them. They're like them, but I think that they're better. So that's why, and plus they do a really cool pose, and they got like hand signs.
They do a pose, correct? Now, is that a really cool pose?
Debatable, but it's a pose. It's like it's like cool in the dorky kind of really annoying way.
Well, maybe it's like something people do in other countries that we just haven't picked up on yet. Maybe we'd be better card fighters if we did more posing.
That's a very distinct possibility.
Did you just have an airplane go over your house?
Not that I heard.
Oh no, ghost plane. All right, I'm looking to see if I received any listener mail, but I'm not seeing any. So I'm not looking in drivecheckpodcast@gmail.com, even though Jack gave me the password for it. I haven't logged in, so we'll have to go over any listener mail that you send to the official email account some other time. But what are we here to talk about? What are we excited about today, Cole? What's the big thing that we can cover on a Thursday when we just covered so much news on Monday?
There's this little set coming out. Not sure when, but it's an English only set. Actually, I think. Never mind. The English only set that we were getting is a reprint set.
Now, Cole,
Correct.
Answer me this question.
Yes.
Are you a professional Card Fight Vanguard podcaster?
Yes.
Then why don't you know the date that this collection is coming out?
Because on the official website, I did not see a link or a date.
I told you to read the big banner ad that's at the top of the page announcing what's the name of the collection?
Revival Collection.
It is the Revival Collection. It comes out on January 6th, 2017.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
It's in huge
it is
letters.
I was looking at the pictures directly under it.
Oh, because you were so pumped for the Aquaforce picture and the Dimension Police picture?
Actually, it's Aquaforce, Dark Irregulars, Shadow Paladins.
I'm sorry. I just said something that started with a D.
Bladewing Ragey.
Is that last one Pale Moon, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that's Nightmare Doll Alice.
Yep.
All right.
It actually looks like Saber from Fate Zero. Anyway.
Nobody's watched that terrible anime, so don't bring it up here.
Okay.
What makes this set so special?
Because this set is so special that it has 25 reprints of some cards that were previously not available in English, and also some really expensive cards that we had as well.
That is not what makes this set special.
Well, okay, let's see. It has no new Angel Feather Nubatama.
Nope.
Lots of shiny cards.
That is true. They're all rare, double rare, or triple rare. Well, rare or
double
greater.
Rare. Yeah, double rare or greater.
Cole. This is an English-only release.
Oh, right.
These cards will not be printed for the Japanese market.
Some of them already have been.
Well, because they're reprints. But it's English only.
Right.
So it's going to destroy our meta without us being able to see how it's destroyed the Japanese meta.
True.
Without a month's worth of planning for that. So yes, they've announced the Revival Collection. I guess the basic concept, first off, there's 50 cards in the Revival Collection.
Yep.
And my guess it's 25 new cards, 25 reprints, according to them, that could be interpreted a few different ways. But my suspicion is it's probably, now I'm just guessing right now, because we have very little information about what's actually happening. I'm just excited that we're getting an English only set and it looks cool. To bring down the prices of some older cards that they may be getting support later on. But it looks to me like a fighter's collection, each clan may be getting 2 cards. So 1 reprint and 1 new card. And
possibly.
I'm thinking technically for the new card, it may be cards that were not available in English previously that have only been printed in Japanese collections.
Yes. I
So,
think it actually says that in the press release.
well, press release in quotes. But
Right.
which clans did you say were not featured?
It's weird. Angel Feathers were not. According to Bushiroad's official card fight website, Angel Feathers and Nubatama are not going to be featured.
All right, so here's the other interesting thing. Now that I just counted, 23 clans are featured.
Mm-hmm.
So that means for 20, my guess again is that for 21 of them, they'll have 2 cards each. And then for 2 clans, they'll have 4 cards each.
Yep,
So
I would probably agree.
We'll have to see. Yeah, there's 22 rares, 16 double rares, 12 triple rares, and 12 secret parallels. That doesn't mean anything. But there's a huge amount of coverage. And I mean, the dream here is that they're bringing back old cards that people have been hard to get, kind of reinforcing the concept in Vanguard that cards don't get rotated out. So old cards still have value and still deserve your consideration and care. One concern, though. Each pack only includes 3 cards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so harsh. Oh, man.
But
and it says one display contains 10 packs. I don't know if that means one box contains 10
Yeah.
packs.
One box is considered a display.
All right.
So that's 30 cards per box.
Per box. And we don't know anything about the pricing or case pricing or anything like that yet because it was literally just announced yesterday.
Right. But we can probably assume it'll be like $30 a box because I'm going off of Fighters Collection prices.
Well, how many cards were in a Fighters Collection pack?
3.
Really?
Yep.
I've never bought a Fighters Collection.
Yep. There's 3. And they're all double rare or greater.
I just rely on Cole to buy Fighters Collection and then give me the cards from my clans.
I give you what I can.
All right, so one other thing which sticks out to me is that they mention support for your existing deck. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says some keywords featuring in, well, that's a poor translation, so let's translate it properly for them. Some keywords featured in Revival Collection. And then it says Beast Deity, Eradicator, Regalia, Sanctuary Guard, and Nightmare Doll. Now, that is not what we would traditionally consider a keyword, right?
Correct.
We think of keywords as things like Magia or Unite or
Darkness.
Is that
Hollow?
The Dark Irregulars?
Yeah.
Hollow for the Grand Blues.
Yeah.
Link Jokers don't have a keyword yet, although technically Lock I think people consider to be their keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Do Royals have a keyword?
Yeah, Brave.
Ugh, baloney.
Yeah. It's not a great one.
Dimension Police have Justice, right?
No. Burst. Justice cannot be found.
Nope. So they're saying keywords. I think from our perspective, we would consider these subclans.
Yeah.
So these subclans are getting support. So of interest there, right? Beast Deity comes from Nova Grapplers?
Correct.
Wow, I knew something. Eradicators are Nubatama? No.
No, they're
Narukami?
Yep, Narukami.
I know it started with an N. Regalia is obviously Genesis, as I was just talking about that a week and a half ago.
Yup.
Sanctuary Guard is Royal Paladin, Sanctuary Guard Dragon, right?
Yep.
And that's been a very popular build lately, as far as I understand. And Nightmare Dolls started with Nightmare Doll Alice, but there is a whole subclan deck that you can build around Nightmare Dolls completely.
Mm-hmm. And those are for Pale Moon.
Correct.
Yep.
So I think another supposition of mine, which we will see, time will bear out whether I am right or wrong, the two clans, well, maybe it's going to be more than two clans, because now that I think about it differently, the extra cards over the 23, so that each clan is going to get one, will be grade 4s. So
Yeah.
some clans will be blessed with grade 4s that possibly, hopefully, are clans that are in need of grade 4s and quality grade 4s. So we'll see if it falls into supporting one of these sub clans, right? I don't think Sanctuary Guard, I don't know, Nightmare Doll, I don't think that they need additional support. I could be wrong. I don't play Royals, I don't play Pale Moon. So either way, I think this is generally exciting news, something to look forward to. It's the best part about it, right, is that it's something that's being added to the English-speaking meta that's not pre-existing in the Japanese meta. So we won't be so much copying either it will make our meta different for a period of time from the Japanese meta, or it will have no impact at all, because the cards being reprints will just lower in price, and the cards that are not reprints will not have any value, and nobody's going to use them anyways. But conceptually, we're not going to be net decking off of what Japanese deck builds have been, right? So
yeah, correct.
I don't know. I think there are playstyle differences between Japanese playstyle and English-speaking playstyle. I think there are different cultural playstyles all around the world. Maybe we don't acknowledge them as much, but I think they're there, and it's especially becomes most apparent when you see the divide between TikTok worker users and Chronodran users, right? So there's got to be a reason for that somewhere, a source, as one might say.
Right.
All right. So what are you most excited for in the Revival collection?
I don't know anything specifically. Maybe Regalia, whatever they're going to be. Regalia, I'm going to call right now, is probably going to be CEO Yggdrasil, because I think that might be one of the most expensive Genesis cards, being almost $30 a copy.
$30? Outrageous!
Yeah. But
can you hear the sarcasm coming from my vocal cords?
Well, here's the thing, though. For that Legion deck, you probably need 4 of them. You don't really need 4 amnesties.
I have no idea. I didn't even understand what you were just saying. Of course you need 4 amnesties. How are you going to run 3 Exilix if you can't have 4 amnesty?
Well, then you don't run 3 Exilix.
Do you want to talk about real errata? When I was at the Dynasty Cup competition in my first game, I had 18 cards in my G zone. And I realized it like right away, but we had already started playing. I didn't use 18 cards, but they were there. And then I took them out after the first game, which I lost anyways. I'm not a cheater.
What other 2 cards did you have in there then?
I had basically an extra amnesty and an extra Exilix. Because I've only been running 3 amnesty and 2 Exilix.
I mean, like, see? You don't even need them.
Yeah, you do. You do. And what's nice is however much I spent on my Nebula Dragon Big Crunch Dragons, I think it was about either $45 or $60, because I got a sweet SP from a friend of mine. Those are going to go away when I get Flagellate Messiah. So what are you going to do?
Okay. I want my Grand Blue cards. Sorry. I'm just...
So what are you seeing? What are you predicting for Grand Blues for the Revival collection?
Probably 7 Cs. Maybe their G Perfect Guard, the unflipping damage. Maybe that as a double rare.
Is that from old pre-G zone, pre-G era cards?
No. I think that was
All right. So here's a thing, Cole.
Yeah. Correct.
That we have to keep in mind. There is a segment of the Vanguard rules that includes a type of Vanguard battle that only allows cards that have the little nation flag in the lower right-hand corner. So basically only allows G-era cards. Is there potential that this release is designed to promote that type of rotation and say that there will be competitions that only allow G-era cards? And if so, how does that reshape your thoughts about what may be available? Then I think that they're just going to be bringing forward things that have not been made available as G-era cards yet, as reprints in G-era. All right, I'm gonna put you through a rapid fire challenge.
Okay.
You need to be challenged. You are gonna name 2 cards. I'm gonna name the clan. You're gonna name the 2 cards that will be printed or potentially printed for the Revival collection. We're gonna start from the top. Royal Paladin.
Thing Saver and uh
Vanilla Blaster Blade. All right, move on. Oracle Think
okay.
Tank.
Susanna O and Tsukiyomi card.
Incorrect. That's going to be Tsukiyomi is correct for 1 and a CEO Amaterasu build support. Shadow Paladin.
Oh, that's Aura Geyser and Blaster Dark.
What makes you so sure it's going to be Aura Geyser?
Because isn't he on the cover or on the banner?
Good deduction, sir. Gold Paladin.
I think Raven-haired Ezel as 1, and then Gurgwit GR Stride from 07.
Okay, Genesis build.
I said CEO Yggdrasil, and then I'm also gonna say Van Grunder.
Yeah, that one, of course.
Yep.
Kagero.
Anything with Overlord is a pretty high contender. And then let's see, Conroe.
The band Conroe.
Yeah.
Why
just
would
for
they
kicks and giggles.
That? Oh, come on. All right, that's not how that expression goes, but we're going to keep our non-explicit tag. Tachikaze.
A dinosaur with probably some...
You don't even know the name of Tachikaze cards, and guess what?
No.
Neither do I. Murakamo.
See, this one's weird. I guess probably the newest G4 or grade 4, and then maybe a perfect card that's expensive.
Nah. It's going to be that weirdo that was the reverse card as well. And some other weirdo ninja. Narukami.
I couldn't. Eradicator.
Yeah.
Something Eradicator.
It's going to be two Eradicators. It's probably going to be an old Eradicator and a new Eradicator support. Notice Nubatama is not here. So we had Angel Feather was not there. Nubatama is not here. Nova Grappler.
I don't know any Beast Deity cards that are gonna be super expensive, but I'd say probably the Victor Stride for the other one.
D Police.
Oh, probably some Daikaiser and Metalborgs, I'm gonna guess. I don't know exactly what. Oh, Sinbuster probably for the Metalborgs.
All right. I'll take this one for you. Link Joker is going to be Glendios support. Either it's probably going to be a reprint of Glendios, and no, because Glendios requires reverse cards, doesn't it? Dag nabbit.
What about Chaos?
Yeah, it's going to be a reprint of Chaos Breaker, and then some other support for Glendios or something dumb. All right, Spike Brothers.
Dudley and something else.
Yeah, definitely Dudleys are going to be in there. Dark Irregulars.
Bladewing Reiji, first one, and then
I can tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
Still Vampire.
Really?
Yep.
No. I would say is the Gilderais. Gilderais.
Oh, Gilderais or like Gilderais. I would just like to see. Okay, here's from my mouth to Bushiroad's ears. A dark irregular stride or vanguard that, like, still Vampire made your vanguard go down 1 level. I would like to see a vanguard or a stride that causes you to not be able to stride at all. Or
no,
that's it, period. No stride. All right, Pale Moon, we know we're getting Nightmare Doll Alice.
And then some Hari support.
All right, Gear Chronicle.
That's gonna be Chrono Dragon, something Chrono Dragon. Probably both oh no, maybe wait, when are we getting the Zodiac?
I think December.
Probably wouldn't be in time. So probably both Chrono Dragon stuff.
I have no idea why Gear Chronicle needs anything reprinted. Grand Bleu.
This one.
So you said
I'd
Seven
prob-
Seas?
I'd say Seven Seas. Honestly, I think Seven Seas and then probably their Perfect Guard because
Nah.
that card's like $10.
Who's the little cutlass guy?
Dancing Cutlass.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that expensive.
This isn't about expensive. Bushiroad is capricious. They're much like Cartman
Okay.
on a rampage. They do whatever they want.
All
I gave you a
right, it
couple of
could
those
be.
cutlasses.
Yeah, you did. Yep, I got him.
All right, Bermuda Triangle.
I want to say another Olivia, and then let's say some Prism.
Nope, reindeers. Aquaforce.
That was my second guess.
Oh wait, did I say reindeers? I meant Pacificas. Go on, Aquaforce.
Okay. The one that's on the banner. It's not Thavas, but I'd also say Thavas as well.
Yeah.
Or the what's that big maelstrom dragon?
Yep, like Glory Maelstrom, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's coming in. Mega Colony.
Machining.
There'll be one machining and one mutant. All
Dark.
right.
Yeah.
Great
The-
Nature.
Uh,
We don't know them besides Big Belly, do we?
Crayon Tiger and Binocular Tiger.
Ooh, Tiger Build. Neo Nectar.
I feel like Asha for sure. And
No. Think
what?
older. Think older, man.
I was gonna go Ouroboros. Is that old?
I don't know.
Oh, didn't they have the Musketeers?
Yeah, now you're thinking, dude.
I've only heard of them. I haven't actually.
Oh, dude,
played them or looked at them.
I don't think I gave them away. I have them. They are super pretty cards. The ones with the arrows. Oh man, and I got like a huge number of those because I was almost going to build Great Nature or Neo Nectar back in the day.
They
Back
looked cool.
in the old days.
Okay,
All
what else?
right.
Was that it?
I think that's everything to cover for the revival dealio, but we also wanted to talk about, and for our listeners who don't follow the Vanguard website or the Vanguard Twitter, do know that every Wednesday there is an English translation, and it's done as a PowerPoint of the Vanguard TV show, which is hosted by Dr. O. So if you've ever watched the cartoon and you see that crazy guy who flirts with the announcer at all the competitions, Dr. O, and he ends all his words with "oh,"
Amazing.
yeah, that's an actual person who hosts a Vanguard television program, and then that is translated into English as as I said, PowerPoint or Keynote if you're an Apple user, slideshow, and posted to the Vanguard website, cf-vanguard.com/en every Wednesday. And they have a lot of the announcements that people are excited about. They have introduced the new characters that will appear in the next Vanguard series, which is called Next.
Clever.
And the Japanese episodes for Next are coming out starting October 2nd.
Holy crap.
Yeah, but that's Japanese
soon.
language. Yeah, there's a delay before the English language ones come
Yeah,
out.
but still.
There will be new characters. There's a guy who looks kind of like he could have been related to Ibuki.
I thought he was.
I don't know. I haven't seen the show yet, so we don't know what clan he plays. But
Sure.
Kazumi Onimaru and the other guy who we do know is the Shadow Paladin player, Kazuma Shoji, who looks kind of like a descendant of Naoki Ishida, except with different colored hair, so that's kind of funny.
He looks real cool though.
He looks like he's grouchy.
Yeah.
He needs to cheer up a little bit.
Chrono
Alright.
looks a little weird with a tie, but
Well, I mean, he's growing up. His hair color has changed a little bit too. All right. Ritual of Dragon Sorcery is the Shadow Paladin trial deck that will be coming out. We don't know when it's coming out in English. And then Divine Dragon Caper, they announced that's coming out. Revival Collection, they announced for English, January 6, 2017. And then other things that we talked about on Monday, the trial decks that will be coming out in early 2017, all those dealios. Upcoming competitions that remain for the rest of the year. There's the Vancouver dates on September 24th and 25th. Chile in South America, October 1st. Costa Rica in South America on September 25th. Greece, if you're in Europe and want to go to vacation land, that's on September 24th and 25th, and which is this weekend, so make your plans now. And for all our New Zealand listeners, there will be a competition in Auckland, a Bushiroad World Championship qualifier, on October 1st and 2nd. So remember, the fundamental rule of the Bushiroad World Championships is you cannot compete in a regional BWC that is outside of your region. So if you live in Mexico, US, Canada, you cannot compete in the New Zealand competition. You cannot compete in the Europe competition. Don't make the same mistake I did and win an entire regional competition, but you're in the wrong region, and then they give it to Mr. Second Place.
Okay, before we move on, it actually has been released when the Shadow Paladin trial deck is coming out, as well as the set 9.
In English?
Yep.
And what are those dates?
December 9th for the trial deck, and December 16th for the new set.
Are you sure that's the English dates?
It says the product images are for Japanese edition products. English edition product packages are under development. So set 8 comes out in October.
Correct.
And it would make sense for 9 to come out in December.
Yeah, but things don't always make sense.
And to further the point, the banner is all in English. Everything is in English.
Yeah, except that this is intended to be a translation of something. Anyways, Witch Doctor of Langor, Negro Lazy.
Oh, yeah.
So this was brought up in Vanguard Bites for a reason, which is... What reason?
Some people apparently thought that they could call Negro Lazy back with Night Rose's GB2 ability, the grade 3 Night Rose's GB2 ability, which you mill 3 and then you can call a unit that was placed in your drop zone due to the hollow ability, call it back. And then because it's still the end of the turn, then its hollowed ability would go off again. And Negro Lazy's is when he's sent to the drop zone due to hollow, you soul charge and countercharge 1. So that's a no-no now. You cannot call it back because they go really in depth. And would you like me to read it out?
No, because that's going to get boring. But
yeah,
the explanation is basically you can't do it twice.
Yep, can't do it twice. And there's a reason why. It's something to do with the wording, where the ability is not active the second time it comes back. Unlike Grenache's, where when Grenache is sent to the drop zone due to hollow ability, you countercharge 2. And then if you throw in grade 3 Night Rose's ability, then you can bring it back, and then he goes back to the drop zone again, and you can countercharge another 2. So it's 4 total, and that is allowed. That is basically recommended when you're playing Night Rose.
All right. And then they dumped on us the biggest pile of cow hockey, which is the nice way that I can say it on our particular program, that we've ever seen. And my immediate response to this, to you and Jack, was they're going to come out with one of these for every clan. What am I talking about, Cole?
I'm going to believe it's Chrono Dragon Gear Groovy.
Chrono Dragon Gear Baloney.
I mean, to be honest, I like that name though, Gear Groovy.
I don't. It's stupid. It's like I'm gonna attack you with my disco moves.
That's why I love it.
What does Gear Groovy do?
in layman's terms, gains the auto ability from 2 face-up gear dragons in your G zone. And then you can. How about I just read it off? It'll be
Why?
a lot
Go
easier.
ahead. Go read Mr. Gear Groovy.
Okay. Activated ability. Once per turn. GB2. Choose a face-down card named Chrono Dragon Gear Groovy from your G zone and turn it face up. If you have a heart card with Chrono Jet in its card name, choose an auto ability each from 2 face-up Gear Dragon in your G zone, and this unit gets all of those chosen abilities until end of turn. That's its first ability. That's insane. So you can do, next stage? You can go next stage, and you can do any other Gear Dragon. Like, I looked up how many Gear Dragon grade 4s that there are. There's quite a lot.
I believe they actually have a slide for that, and it is 8. But the thing is, right, does next stage require a persona flip?
It looks like it does. Yes,
right?
It does.
So that would limit you to using next stage's auto ability to 2 times. Now, with Mr. Gear Groovy, not only can you use next stage's ability 4 times, but somebody else's as well.
Yeah.
And with Mr. Gear Groovy's second ability,
GB3.
Is it GB3?
GB3.
Well, thank goodness they've at least put that limit on it.
Thank goodness.
But what is that one?
GB3, Soul Blast 1, and choose a face down card from your G zone and turn it face up. This unit gets plus 5,000 until end of turn.
So basically, even if you hadn't already used a next stage, although I don't know how you're going to get to GB3 without having used a next stage already, any other card that you have in your G zone where you want to use its auto ability, you can just flip it. Now you've given me the hiccups. I'm so disturbed by this.
And then what's even worse is you can, if you're already at GB3, like let's say you G guarded and then you Chrono Dragon and then one next stage, that would be
G guard. Do next stage once because with the persona flip, then you'll have 3 cards.
Oh yeah, true. Then you're already at 3, and then you can use that ability first, and then you can search the one that you want, the situational toolboxy one that you want to use, and then you can use his first ability, his GB2 ability. So you can flip. So let's say, for example, you could flip up interdimensional dragon, Ragnarok dragon. Let's say you just flip him up. You can use his auto ability for his GB2, which is like, what?
Well, here's what's important. I'm pretty sure that they will come out with something. They better come out with something similar for other clans. And what's truly important, and I think this was also like my second thought that I texted to you guys, was when this is available for Link Joker, I'll be able to do oh goodness, now my brain is stopped working. A Trans-Else Messiah. So I will be able to completely lock my opponents, every rear guard that they have out on the field, which is only one auto ability, or one ability on Trans-Else, and then do an Exilix Messiah, each of these both only costing 1 counterblast, and retire my entire opponent's field of rear guards in 1 turn.
Talk about power creep.
I love it. Well, the Link Joker's Messiahs just don't get enough support, so I think it's only fair that we get something similar to Mr. Gear Groovy.
That's true.
Or, as I'm going to call him, Gear Gravy.
Gravy.
Oh. All right, Cole, do you have anything else to say about this disturbing and disappointing news of the week?
No, I'm just kind of defeated now.
No, you're not. Because as I told Jack last time, this time next year, we're all going to be laughing about what a worthless clan Gear Chronicle is, and hating some other clan that's getting too much support, like the Shadow Paladins. Join the Shadow Paladins now. All right, our term of the week, which Cole's initial response was, I didn't know that was a real thing. Our term of the week is going to be end phase. So there are the main phases of your turn. ride phase, which includes stride, your main phase, your battle phase, and then end phase, which is technically when you clean up.
Yeah.
But Bushiroad felt the need to print the rules of sort of the order of precedence of the end phase. This is something that I have actually researched myself previously, because with the Messiah builds, Alter Ego Messiah, which is the grade 3, has a GB2 ability that anytime a card is unlocked, you can Soul Blast 1 to draw a card. Now, that's typically pretty easy when you are on the defending side, because obviously you don't have a stride over Alter Ego Messiah taking away his abilities. But when you're on your attack turn, and you may have cards on your own field that are locked that are unlocking during the end phase, do you get to draw a card? When do you unstride and when do you unlock? So here are the steps, the order of precedence for the steps of the end phase. So the end phase comes after you have completed all of your battles. You're not going to be doing any more battles during your turn, and it's your cleanup phase. And you are allowed to tell your opponent not to start their turn until you have finished your end phase. It is important that you're allowed to resolve everything that you can resolve in your end phase. So, number 1, the 3 below are done simultaneously. Locked cards are unlocked, deleted state is removed, and the G unit returns to the G zone. So, those happen simultaneously. That's a long word. It means at the same time. So, now, step number 2, auto abilities with is unlocked, is turned face up, and is put into the G zone resolve in any order as you wish. So for my particular Alter Ego Messiah concern, I can return the stride to the G zone before I unlock my field, meaning I can then Soul Blast to obtain the draw a card ability. Even though technically they're happening simultaneously. Number 3, auto abilities with at the end of turn and at the beginning of the end phase are triggered. So notice that comes after unlocks, after unstriding. And number 4, all auto abilities resolve in any order as you wish. Once they are resolved, all effects gained during that turn will disappear. Right? So it's the end of turn. So auto abilities and resolution of the auto abilities determine when the turn actually ends. And then if there are auto abilities that have not been resolved, return to step 2. If all have been resolved, the opponent's turn begins. And their turn begins by them standing and drawing. Do not let your opponent slap their hand if they try to stand their cards and you haven't finished your end phase, because one of the things that gets me in competition is when I get distracted by my opponent doing something unexpected when I'm still trying to work through my turn. Do you have end phase stuff for your Grand Bleu?
Hollow, man.
Do all those hollows return to the drop zone during the end phase?
Yeah. Let's see. They're all auto abilities, so they would trigger at the end phase. So step 3 is when they would go off.
You are allowed to resolve those before your opponent draws their card before they start their turn.
Right.
Hold true to that, and let's build a better Vanguard community. All right, that's everything I had for tonight. So even though we're recording this on Thursday, Cole, I'm not releasing it until Monday.
Yeah. I gotta wait that long.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit it on the airplane.
That's a good idea.
But episode 30, we're going to have my special secret guest that I'm super excited for.
Well, I would be excited too if you let me know.
Well, Jack said the same thing, and too bad. All right. Once again, as always, I'm going to ask that people please go into iTunes and give the podcast a review so that we can maintain our visibility and help other folks who want to become Vanguard fans to find us, and that will help, just keep us visible, help people who may be looking for things to find us. I'd greatly appreciate that. If you want to email us some feedback, the email address is drivecheckpodcast@gmail.com. I want to say thank you to SBJ and Nick Burgess for all of their help and the music that Nick Burgess has provided for us. And if you want to reach us on Twitter, you can tweet at the podcast is at drive_check. And then my personal Twitter is at washinthesink. And you are?
I'm at Cole_McCune, COLE_MCCUNE. Jack's at drive_Jack. All right, thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of Drive Check Podcast. The bloodstained moon rises. It is the night of the vampire princess.
It's always the night of the vampire princess.
I know.
Why are you so excited?
I don't know. I just love this deck.
You love Night Rose that much?
Dude.
She's the vampire princess.
Yeah, okay.